Welcome to St. Paul, Minnesota, USA, known as the capital city of Minnesota. Now this video provides 10 reasons why people love St. Paul.
I was just a gamer back in 69. Thank you.
Welcome back to my channel and welcome to St. Paul, Minnesota, USA. Population around 300,000. Now just for context, we have a map here. We have circled St. Paul. St. Paul is 10 minutes from Minneapolis. Now this video provides 10 reasons why people love St. Paul. People love St. Paul because of the Victorian buildings on Summit Avenue. Summit Avenue is home to the largest and longest collection of Victorian buildings in the United States, with 373 of its original 440 historic mansions still standing. Built from the mid-19th century to the first decades of the 20th century, these are the homes of the St. Paul millionaires who made their fortunes in industry. Running east to west, Summit Avenue begins with the city's most prominent landmark, the Cathedral of Saint Paul, which is a scale version of the St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican and sits at downtown's highest point. From here, it stretches 4.5 miles where it ends at the Mississippi River. Close to the cathedral, you will see the James J. Hill House, which was built by the founder of the Great Northern Railroad, another major tourist attraction. People love St. Paul because of Como Park Zoo and Conservatory. The Conservatory in St. Paul was built in 1915 and now houses a wide variety of animals and natural habitats, including big cats like lions and snow leopards, primates like gorillas and spider monkeys, and the family favorites like sloths and zebras. The zoo is also home to water-loving animals like sea lions, seals, and penguins, and tropical critters like anaconda and the Galapagos turtle. One of the most popular attractions for kids at the Como Park Zoo is a giraffe feeding station where you can get face-to-face with these gentle herbivores. There's also a special frog habitat which focuses on conservation, as well as an educational gallery created for younger children and multiple gardens, including a butterfly garden, an orchid house, water garden, and a bonsai collection. Just next door to the zoo, you will find Como Town, a family amusement park with rides, a zip line, kids activities, and entertainment. People love St. Paul because of the Cathedral of Saint Paul. The construction of the classical Renaissance-style Cathedral of Saint Paul, modeled after the St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican City, began in 1906. The first services were held in 1915, and it took another 30 years to complete the interior. It is the national shrine of the Apostle Paul, so named by the Vatican in 2009, and it's a pilgrimage site for many Catholics. The cathedral can seat 3,000 people and regularly hosts concerts throughout the year. These include organ performances on the cathedral's 2 Skinner organs, performances by the Minnesota Orchestra, and choral arrangements. Of special note is the Shrine of the Nations surrounding the sanctuary, symbolizing the contribution of immigrants in the history of the cathedral. People love St. Paul because of the Science Museum of Minnesota. The Science Museum of Minnesota offers hands-on exhibits that allow visitors to walk under a dinosaur, board a Mississippi River towboat, learn about the human body, and participate in the experiment gallery where you can create your own tornado. Within the museum's impressive dinosaur exhibit, you will see the reconstructed remains of a real Triceratops, one of only 4 in the world, as well as recreated scenes of life-size dinos hunting. The museum also looks at science within the context of history, from a real Egyptian mummy to a look at the lives of Native Americans. Other permanent and changing exhibits stimulate curiosity, and the museum also houses an Omni Theater, which presents various films on its massive screen. People love St. Paul because of the Minnesota History Center. The center focuses on the history and features of the state. Permanent and changing exhibits cover topics from the Civil War to how climate change has affected the state. In addition, the center also offers lectures, workshops, activities for families, and hosts various events. Highlights include the full-size replica Jenny airplane suspended from the ceiling of the main rotunda and the excellent views of the Minnesota State Capitol building, which can be seen from the Great Hall. The History Center also houses the Gale Family Library with a series of changing displays that focus on the various aspects of the state's history. People love St. Paul because of the state capitol. The marble dome of the state capitol, constructed in 1905, is a prominent feature and an architectural highlight of St. Paul. The original furnishings can be found in the restored Senate, House, Supreme Court, and Rathskeller Cafe. Hourly guided sightseeing tours describe the building's architecture, history, restoration, and decorative art, and visitors are able to take a self-guided tour. Highlights include the self-supported marble dome, which is the second largest of its kind in the world. And when the weather cooperates, tourists may also get a closer look at the iconic quadriga, the golden horses that adorn the roof. People love St. Paul because of the James J. Hill House. James J. Hill House, situated on Summit Avenue near St. Paul's Cathedral, was built by the founder of the Great Northern Railroad. Completed in 1891, this red sandstone Richardsonian Romanesque-style mansion was the largest home in the state, measuring 36,000 square feet. Among its plentiful rooms, this Gilded Age mansion features a 100-foot reception hall, a 2-story art gallery, and 13 bathrooms. Visitors can take a guided tour of the house or wander through the first floor art gallery, which displays works of Minnesota artists. A number of events are held at the property each year, from concerts to an Easter egg hunt on the grounds. People love St. Paul because of the Mississippi National River and Recreation Area. The area occupies a 72-mile stretch of the upper Mississippi River, providing numerous trails and nature viewing opportunities. There are several visitor centers throughout the park. However, the main information center is located within the Science Museum of Minnesota. The park is home to a diverse population of plant and animal life, and visitors can enjoy it from both the land and water, with plenty of access points for canoes and kayaks. Those interested in fishing will find hundreds of species, including varieties of sturgeon, bass, perch, herring, and trout. People love St. Paul because of the Landmark Center. The Landmark Center is housed in the finely restored 1902 Federal Court building, an impressive and photo-worthy building that now contains restaurants, galleries, function rooms, and performance spaces which host theater and dance productions as well as concerts. The building generally serves as a cultural center, but visitors can appreciate the history and architecture of the building by taking one of the several guided tours available. Visitors can also learn more about the center in Landmark Gallery, a permanent exhibit that outlines significant historical events that took place here, from federal court cases to community events. People love St. Paul because of Fort Snelling. Fort Snelling, located near the airport, recalls the frontier days of the early 19th century. This restored limestone fort was the northernmost military outpost of the United States in the early 19th century. Its position at the junction of the Minnesota and Mississippi rivers made it a significant strategic post for the military, as well as an important trade hub. Excavations of the fort area first began in 1957 and continue still, uncovering a wide range of archaeological finds which shed light on both military and civilian life in and around the fort. The reasons provided in this video are not all the reasons why people love St. Paul. If you've got a reason why you love St. Paul, pop it in the comments section. I'll make another video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Ciao for now!